Hi everyone, we are Hao Chen and Isaac from 8076A Duck, and we are here to do a short explanation of our Robot in 1 week that we used at an early season local tournament, beginnings at Blank, one of the earliest high stakes tournaments in the entire world. So yeah, if you haven't watched the finals for beginnings at Blank, we'll link it up in the pop-up like somewhere out there. Yeah, but Isaac will take it away. So I'll start by, this robot it's just a standard metal board with 2 motor conveyors. So I'll start by going through a drivetrain. So we run a 66 watt drivetrain with 3 11 watt motors on each side. And we run 480 RPM on 3.25 inch wheels. One main reason that we chose this ratio as compared to other more common ratios like 450 RPM on 3.25 inch wheels was that we were able to stack the motors in a triangular fashion as shown, which gives us more space to fit our conveyor in the front while having space for our tilter and other mechanisms at the back. Furthermore, I also like this ratio because as the robot is very light, the acceleration is really good on the field, and especially in a game like high stakes where the field is very open, we believe that top speed is of higher priority than acceleration in this game. Hence we chose the ratio 480. Okay, as for the technical aspect of the drivetrain, we use screw joints on all of our wheels. This helps to secure the base together while also making the wheels more, increasing the overall sturdiness of the robot. We also zip tie our bearings to save weight. Wow. Okay, now I'll discuss our tilter mechanism. So our tilter mechanism is quite simple. We have 2 pistons mounted back here. Which activates the tilter as shown. So when we drive up to a goal, the goal rests on this piece of this piece of 1x1 angle here, and limits against this C channel here. This ensures that the position of the goal is consistent even during driver and autonomous periods. After that, when the goal is in position, we are able to simply press the tilter, and the goal is able to prop up a much better angle for us to score on. So this comes pretty secure. As you can see, the rubber bumper here rests against the lip of the goal, ensuring that the goal can't really be pulled out, even in our scrimmage matches where we were able to get a firm hold on the goal most of the time. This can be demonstrated by me now lifting the robot with the goal. Wow, so cool. Alright, yeah, so this tilting the goal helps us give us a more optimal angle for us to score the rings onto the goal from the conveyor, like this, yeah. So, and as always, we are able to just pick it up and, for example, drop it off in a positive corner, or if our goals are in a negative corner, we're easily able to drive up and move away. Yeah, so this tilter mechanism is one of the better features of this robot. So now Hao Chen will move on to talking about the intake. Yeah, so for our intake, we use flex fuel rollers for our intake to
can move back a bit.
Okay, is this better?
Yeah.
Okay, so as I was saying, for our intake,
doesn't matter.
For our intake, we use flex fuel rollers to first intake the rings into our robot. We use this conveyor with flaps to just funnel it all the way up so that we can get into the mobile goal. And yeah, so so the interesting things are I guess the conveyor spacing. We use two large flaps in order to guide the rings up into the goal, and the main way that we did the spacing was just that the distance between the 2 flaps are just like the radius of the ring so that it can hook on nicely to the ring and just guide it up nicely. And we originally used a bunch of rollers, a bunch of flag fuel rollers, but we eventually converted to a conveyor because I think the number of stacks of flag wheels that we were getting was getting too many. It was making the robot really heavy, and that's something that we didn't really like particularly. We also have a bunch of active rollers, as well as a hood to aid our scoring. So what this entire mech does is that yeah, the rings will just come here and then they will just be channeled into the mobile goal, which we can demonstrate right now. Yep. Okay.
Not very good.
Yeah. So that's a basic explanation of how our intake works. So we went for a 22 watt 600 RPM intake. It works quite well. It's quite smooth. There's not much issues during the actual game itself. yeah, it did quite well in scoring. It wasn't too weak or anything, and it was able to like funnel the rings in really smoothly, and that's something that helped us play the game a bit more effectively. Yeah, so aside from that, our last mechanism will be our climb mech. Yeah, this is something that most teams didn't have in early season, and something that we tried to add so that we could have like a bit more ways of scoring points in methods that like other teams couldn't achieve, so that we would have a bit more of an edge when it comes to playing the game in the end game. So our climb is just maybe you want to release the goal first. Yeah, our climb is just two piston actuated yep, hooks that can quite easily hook on to the lowest tier.
Oh no. It's really hard to drive one, eh?
Yep. As you can see, the robot is hanging, and yeah, that contributes a couple of points to our match every game. So I guess now that we are over here, like, one interesting thing would be that can you help me like lower the time? Yeah, even with our foot, our robot still managed to go under this ladder.
Yeah, ladder.
This ladder, yeah. So that's something that we wanted to prioritize because high stakes is played on quite an open field, and being on an open field means that being able to move around quickly and just being able to get like different places is quite important, especially because like the positive corners are on opposite sides of the field, and we wanted to make sure that we could like navigate this around this field like quite smoothly. One thing to note about the climb though is that especially towards end game in our matches, a lot of teams were just guarding like the positive and negative zones, and that made it like quite difficult for us to actually like use the climb, and we didn't really use the climb as much. But that's just something to take note for like early season, and we'll see how the game evolves. Yeah. Anything else?
No, not really. You can say like just ending thing. Like, if you have any questions.
Okay. If you have any questions, you can just give us a text in VexCat. We'll try our best to respond to the best of our abilities.
You can comment. You can comment.
Or you can comment on this video, and yeah, we'll try to get back to you. Yeah. This is 8076A's last tournament officially, and yeah, we'll be retiring officially after this entire tournament.
The tournament's over.
Okay, we'll be retiring after this robot explanation video. Cheers.